such as reporting, data analysis, dashboards. We'll show you how to run your own reports, understand how to read your data, and also create personalized dashboards to display your data. So we strongly encourage you to take notes. There's a lot of information that we dive into with these webinars. So take notes. Also, leave any questions in the Q&A down below in the chat. We're able to answer any questions that you guys have throughout this webinar as well as after. So we just want, we're always here to help. So we want you guys to feel comfortable with anything that you have, whether it's something simple or something complex, we're always here to help. So data insights, reporting, and all that stuff we'll dive in today, and then we will go from there. So Megan, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason. So let's talk about data, where to find it, building it out in Compass. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. All right. So on your homepage, you see that you have a couple pieces of data that you'll have available right off the bat. So your enrollments by carrier, and then your enrollments by product, and then your active policies by carrier. Those won't change, but I do want to show you how you can quickly filter the information on there. If you simply don't want to see Anthem, then you can click on Anthem and it takes it out, and you can see that you have 10 carriers with all of your other carriers, and then you can see right here you have the number count on there. So let's go ahead and hop into my data. And the first thing I want to show you is your policy reports. I would anticipate that those would be some of the first ones that you would want to look at. And when you look at your policies, up here at the top right, you have this view option, and we're going to go to chart view. And you'll see that I've already built some out. So yours will look like this. Let me just go ahead and add a new one. Okay, so you're gonna hop in and it's gonna look like this. And we want to go ahead and start creating a report. Let's look at, sorry, I don't have a great idea of what I'm gonna do yet. So I wanna look at what stage all of my applications are in. So I clicked on the stage field, and then down here, I'm going to configure my buckets, which is going to be either a piece of that donut graph or a bar chart, a bar in the chart. We're going to do applied. Oops. Enrolled. Not enrolled. And terminated. I'm going to put those in the same one just so you can see what the layout will look like for you. So now I have my chart of the active policies where our clients are enrolled, and then I have my applied. Those are the enrollments that I'm waiting for them to go active. And then over here, I don't have any where they were disenrolled in the policy. So when you're building out the chart from the policies page, you just simply click whatever table you'd like, and then whatever pieces of data you want to look at. Let's see, let's go back and look at some of the examples that I have on here for you. So the enrollment platform value breakdown, your enrollments by carrier. And then down here, I broke down the details of the product so I can see which ones are, like I don't have any life policies in here, but I do have, these are all my Medicare type clients. So I'm gonna go hop in here and show you what it looks like, how I set it up, and how I can quickly go in and edit it if I need to. So if I wanted to, say, take out Medicare Advantage and compare those on their own. Then I'll put them in their own bucket. And save it, and it'll reconfigure that data. And now I have my Medicare Advantage clients, and then I have my MedSup, DSNP, CSNP, all in one bucket on this graph for me. If you ever run into an issue of you're trying to build out something specific, but you get stuck, reach out to us, because I don't want to go through every report that you could possibly do in here. But if you guys have a couple examples that you want to see, feel free to send those over to us. And I just got a question about any news with the Sunfire transferring. Right now, it's still only transferring the demographic information and the policy information. The drugs providers and pharmacies, we don't have an update on those. So we're still working on getting those available for you.
I have a quick update with that, Megan, and thanks for your
All right.
question.
And then I got a little ahead of myself. Back into our policies chart view, you can see that you can go in and separate, or you can have as many of these chart dashboards as you'd like. So if you wanted to separate it and put all of your senior health business into one dashboard, then you can do that, and then have all of your life people on another one. And then you can just have your general overview of all your policies. It's all, I want you guys to customize that to whatever you guys want to see and how you want, whatever's going to work best for you and your business functions and the things that you look at frequently. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to go back and recap what I just kind of went over with those. And let's look at a carrier. So let's use a different example. And again, I'm going to hop over to my chart view. And then I have my charts. I can build them out, build out new ones. I can add a chart group, and then I can manage all of those. And one thing that I do want to point out, so if I wanted to contains Anthem, apply filter. So I just filtered everything through Anthem. It looks like I only have one carrier record. And if I do this on policies, it functions the same way. Then I can hop over and Anthem's right here. And the reason I wanted to show you guys this is if you filter your carriers or your policies, and then you hop over into charts, the filter will carry over. And then you can simply either clear it or save that group for later. Confirm clear. And then all my data pops right back up. How are we feeling? Do you have any questions? Is this making sense? Are we liking it? Are we not liking it? Feel free to throw some questions in the chat or any comments, concerns. It doesn't look like I have anything, so I'm going to move on to the dashboards. So the email marketing hub, this is where it tracks all of your email activity, and you can even do it by specific email on here. And again, it's already set up for you on your Compass, so that makes it super, super easy to use. And then you can have your activities, or you can build out a data dashboard. I did lead tracking because that's this. I would start with lead tracking. It's the simplest graphs to make in Compass. So let's go ahead and look at making a report on a dashboard. So we're going to add dashlet. We're going to choose marketing, and then you'll see I can choose my lead source breakdown over time. I'm going to choose my contacts because that's where my leads will come from. And then you can see I have all of my lead sources. right here. So I could pick just Facebook or Google, or I can leave them all blank and it'll put all of those into the chart for us. And then you can pick your frequency when you want this to update for you. I'll keep it on daily because that makes most sense for me. And then it made this beautiful graph for us. I don't have a ton of leads in here, so I apologize for that because these won't look as dynamic as yours will. But again, this is a good time to review. If you don't want to see something, just click on it and it'll take it away. And now all I see is my direct traffic. So people who came directly to me. Or I can get rid of direct traffic. And now this is just my socials. And then I don't have any from my other source options. And again, you can filter in here. So let's see. Oops. Not in the groups. Again, I don't have great lead data in here, so I apologize for that. I can go back and show you on policies here in just a second. Okay, so where is the lead source field on the customer record? So I just went into a client record, scrolling all the way down, and here's your lead information. You can add source, or you can, and do it that way, or you can go into view details, add lead source, and do it that way. Can you change or make your own lead source information? Yes, you should be able to. Let's go into. Yes, I'll have to do a separate video on that, so I'll follow up with you on that. And then if anybody else was interested in customizing their lead source information, just shoot us an email, and then we'll create a one sheet on that in a quick video. And then it looks like a couple of you are having a hard time following. I apologize. I'll slow down a little bit. And we can hop on a individual Zoom after this and I can go through it slower and we can do it together. So I'm going to go back into my policies. So I was talking about filtering my data. And let's see. So I'm going to go into related objects because I'm filtering by carrier. That is in, oh, no, that's not enough. That has filters, fields, policies, does not equal, oh. Okay, let's start over. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's start over. So say you wanted to look at all of your contacts who don't have who don't have dental benefits. So I'm going to go into my policies. I'm going to go into, or no, I'm sorry. Go into your contacts, policy detail. So if they don't have ancillary or DVH, and let's see, so I just did this. I want to look at the filter. Apply filter. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so clients without dental. I'm on my contacts page. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes really quick. Okay, so clear all filters. There we go. So I had some filter on here. I wanted to clear all my filters. That's where I got stuck. So if you get stuck, that's a huge thing to remember is always check to clear all of your filters. Okay, so I'm going to create a contact group. Say that I want to find all my clients that don't have dental. And I'm going to save this for later because I do want to go in and send them a marketing blast with dental information. So I'm going to choose filter. And I'm going to go into related objects. Because again, your objects are carriers, policies, enrollments. And then I'm going to go into policy because I want to see if they have a dental policy. We're going to do has filters, fields, because we're pulling a specific piece of information from policies. Now I want to look at policy detail. Contains none of ancillary, dental, vision, hearing. I just want to make sure I don't have extras in here. TBH. All right, and then apply filter. Oops. So now I can see that I have 15 or 14 contacts that don't have ancillary or dental and vision hearing. Now I want to make sure that their Medicare Advantage doesn't include dental as well. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this as well the same way. So I added a new line to my filters. And we're going to go into related objects, policies, as filters, fields, because again, we're taking a piece of information from a policy. And I'm going to look at their benefits package, contains any of dental, apply filter. And now I can see that I have 5 contacts who don't have dental insurance either through ancillary or their Medicare Advantage plan. And I'm going to create that group, save it for later. If I don't have my marketing blast sent or if I don't have it created, if I do have a marketing blast created already, I can go ahead and send them an email. These 5 contacts, this page. So these 5 contacts. And then I would choose from my library, my dental, vision, and hearing blast coming from my personal email. You're missing dental. That's going to go to the clients. But before we send it out, it's going to have us confirm and review everything, make sure it looks nice. It looks like it's going to go super slow. So we have it saved. So I could either have sent it out right here from this page, or I can go into my broadcasts and I can schedule an email to go out of that dental, vision, and hearing blast. And I'm going to send it to clients without dental. It's going to 5 records next Monday, schedule. Now it's on my calendar and all those people will get that marketing blast. Or say I have my list of 5 clients who don't have dental insurance, then I could go ahead and start an automation process. But again, you'd have to build that out before this step. So I'm going to start my, looks like I don't have, which I don't have one created. So we'll just use send scope of service and then confirm. And then say you had a multi-step marketing campaign where it sends out some dental information. Then a couple days later, it sends out some plan information on dental, vision, and hearing. That would fall under an automation. And then just to bring it all home, so say you sent out that marketing blast. On the email that you build out, you should have put an interest form on there. That would be the easiest way to have Compass know that they clicked on the email, they want to hear more, they submit that form, and then Compass can schedule you an activity to give them a call and follow up and go over some dental information with them, make sure that they are covered. Can you change it? Just making sure we don't have any extra questions. Perfect. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not getting any more questions, so I believe everybody's following along with me. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. But it looks like I've covered all of my main topics. It was a lot of information that I threw at you guys, so please contact us with any questions that you have as you try to do some of these reports. If you want to look at your data and you're struggling getting it built out, just give us a call. Let us know what you're trying to do, and we'll figure out a way to help you, whether it's sending you a one sheet, a quick video, however it works best for you, or just simply hopping on a Zoom call and we'll do it together. Uploading clients that I had in Connecture, but it contains only a name. Yes, so now that we've went over the data information, I want to talk a little bit about uploading your client information. So let's go to active contacts. Okay, so say I wanted to, let's download this template. Oops. Okay, and I just skipped over that so quickly and I did not mean to. So what you'll want to do is go to your contacts page, and we're talking about uploading your contacts. So we're going to upload those, and you have this download template. That's super valuable because there's either 2 ways you can do this. I personally think it's easiest to download the template, and then I don't have a sample data. Like, so up here, it has the names. So these headers correspond with the fields on a client record. And for Kaizen to upload all of your contacts, it needs the header of your phone number column to say mobile phone, for example, or for your email column, it needs to say email. For birthday, it has to say birthday. And then any of this extra information, if you don't have it, if you're pulling a report from a carrier and you're just uploading it straight from Anthem, then you would just update the headers of whatever information that you have using this template as your guide. And say, I'm going to change this last. And I'm going to do date of birth, I'm changing some of the headers so that we can see what it will look like to import contacts if your headers don't match up the way that Kaizen needs them to, or I'm sorry, Compass needs them to. Okay, so save that. So once you have your data the way that you want it, let's go ahead and upload it. And you'll see that because that last name column, I changed the header to just last, it's not recognizing what that column has, what that information is. So we need to match up the last name column from in Kaizen, which is Encompass, to the last column on my Excel file. So these are the headers in Compass, and then these are your headers in your Excel file. Let's go down, and then I did birthday. Instead of birthday, mine says DOB for date of birth. So I want to go in and say the birthday column is my date of birth column. Go ahead and pull those in. So that should help with some troubleshooting. Yeah, so that's the best way I found to pull in the additional information. I'm going to create a one sheet for that and a training video right after this. Those will be out to you it should be by at the end of the day, if not by end of day tomorrow. And then we're also working on uploading your policies in bulk. I'm hoping it has the same goal. Hopefully by the end of the week, if not early next week, we're going to have a more simplified instruction, one sheet and tutorial video to send out for you guys to assist you with that. So those are my main topics. Is there anything else I can help you guys with before we hop off here?
I think we are good. I don't have any other
It
questions.
looks like I got a hand raised. Jim, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to talk really quick.
Okay, so Megan, can you hear me? Megan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry
Great,
about that.
super. Hey, so real quick, so when I'm manually entering a policy, there's no field on the entry screen for effective date. So I'm able to put in the carrier name and all the specifics on the policy, but not the effective date, which is one of the most important fields. So when you're manually entering a policy, how do you get the effective date in there?
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you asked that. Thank you for bringing that up. So I just went to add a policy, and up here, I have a little drop down next to policy info. And then I'm going to click into key dates and app info. And then you have your application date, and down here is the effective date.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
You bet. And then you can hop right back into policy info and then save it. And I just want to hop into a policy and show you guys that you do the same thing on the policy page. So you can find it there as well.
Great. Awesome. Thank you.
Of course. All right. Just going to check back in. Is there any other questions I could help you guys with? Do we have more?
Can you hear me, Megan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, sweet. I was saying a couple things before. I don't think you heard me, so no worries. Yeah, I think we've got all the questions covered here. If anyone has anything else, they can reach out to us. I will drop our email in the chat. So if anyone has any questions, you can email us. It's compass@gordonmarketing.com. You can also give us a call if you have any questions. We're super excited to help you guys out. We're working through this together, so we're all learning together. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in and checking out what we have to offer, and we're excited to help you guys build your business. So reach out to us with any questions, concerns, If you're happy about it, we'd love to hear feedback. So definitely reach out to us. We love to get better and bigger and better. So appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.